Hi, this is Professor Wren, and this is a video on the Syllabus Review Introductions and Business Writing Prep. We have already covered most of what was in this syllabus, but for the purposes of the syllabus quiz, we're going to go over some of it again. You'll notice this agenda, which is from last week. This is not going to be part of the quiz, but this is something for you to consider as far as what we did last week, August the 25th. If you recall the quotes from last week that I had asked you to consider and reflect upon, something to keep with you throughout the course. The instructor information, the Zoom office hours. Note that I'm available Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 11, which is if you are a Tuesday 8:30 class, that is right after class. And then if you are a Tuesday, Thursday 11:30 class, that's before our class. I'm also available Tuesdays 3 to 4. Fridays 11 to 12, or by appointment. I will let you know when I'm not available on some of these days. So for example, this Friday, September the 4th, I am unavailable on Friday. As I mentioned in class last week, it's really important that we maintain this workshop oriented atmosphere. I really love the Zoom breakout rooms because I think that encourages a lot of participation and fosters great academic discussion and experiences that's both engaging and enjoyable. And it is a little bit different than what we're used to. But that hopefully this environment will bring you guys some motivation throughout the semester. And even though there is a lot of independent writing in this course, this can help you guys get to know each other as classmates and as well as your professor. Last week we did Zoom breakouts where you introduced yourself and we were encountered with a business scenario about an irate online retail store customer. And you guys discussed how you would handle the complaint that was presented to you on Facebook. And you did a really great job as far as taking notes and sending those notes to me to my email address. And we also did a wonderful job as far as reporting back. And hopefully you guys reflected on what you learned. Primarily, this Zoom breakout was to demonstrate what we will be learning throughout the semester. So this is one particular business scenario and not in its entirety what you're learning throughout the semester. But if you do notice the outcomes here, there are 6 outcomes, and the highlighted white bolded outcomes are what we sort of demonstrate or what was covered in that breakout session. So ideally you guys are applying fundamental strategies and techniques of business communications to prepare business correspondence reports and presentations. So what we learned in that breakout was a specific type of strategy, a bad news strategy, ways, and we didn't cover the strategy in its entirety, but we certainly covered some components of it, and we will learn the strategies in the semester later. You'll also understand business writing style and effective document design. So we'll learn how to write different email messages, memos, letters, items like that. And then using contemporary business communication channels. So different ways that we can communicate to customers, employees, employers, etc. We'll be studying intercultural communication strategies, nonverbal communication, and ethics in the workplace. We will also prepare a job application package. So what that is I call it a career package, and understanding different job search strategies and interview processes. So later on in the semester, you guys will be creating a resume and a LinkedIn profile, which I had asked you guys to try to start your LinkedIn profile a little early, and then we'll be learning different ways that we can search for jobs, and we'll be having somebody from the Career Center actually talk to us about that. And lastly, as you guys are already accomplished, exhibiting team skills, collaborating with your peers, for writing, presenting documents, demonstrating literacy skills, and just really demonstrating your university and workplace acceptable documents. So we have already done the Flipgrid introductions. So those were already due last week, and you should have already responded to 2 other students. And we've pretty much stopped here as far as 201. We've just covered this in the second slide, but my challenge for you guys is to invest in this course. So if you're thinking like a business major, when you invest in something, even if as a consumer, typically you want to, depending on how much money you spend on it, right? Typically you want to receive a return on that. And for finance, accounting majors, you might have more idea on what return on investment actually means, what is entailed. But in this course, I'm asking you to do as much as you can and follow the instructions, but also, put some effort into this course, because what you put into it is what you receive out of it. And that includes going to all of the meetings, participating in all the breakout rooms, participating in class. So not just turning on your Zoom and walking away, but actually being a part of the class. Okay, and then participating in the assignments and being involved as much as possible in this class. So your emphasis, you're going to learn the difference between college level composition classes, so your English classes, and business writing. There is a difference between the two. You'll also become acquainted with standards and conventions of business writing, different forms, different layouts. You'll be introduced to modern technology used in the workplace, exposed to minor research tasks, APA, etc., and learn critical thinking and reading skills. You'll also learn how to revise, how to edit, different techniques for that, primarily focusing on efficiency of expression, so grammar, syntax. Then you will be using some tools. You may be introduced to something called PitchVantage, but in 201, you won't be using that as much as you would in 301. So I expect you in this course, just as you expect me to dedicate time, to reviewing and reading and grading your materials. And I expect you guys to, again, dedicate an appropriate amount of time in this course. Strive to reach above and beyond. Communicate with me. This is really important I place high value in communication. If you just fall off the grid, if you're in this course and you're really doing well, then suddenly you fall off, you have to let me know. You can't just disappear. So email me, come to me during my office hours, on Zoom, arrange a time that's convenient for you. Pay attention to this part, because this will probably be on the quiz as far as email etiquette. I do have a lot of students across a couple campuses, so it's important that you are kind and courteous, providing me with your name, section name, time, date we meet, and a greeting in your email. So it would be really great if you just write something like this. Dear Professor Wren, this is so-and-so from this class. So for example, your section, you'll have to pay attention to your section and your time. So I have two 201 courses. So the 8:30 course is 201.08 and the 11:30 course is 201.09. So make sure that you know which course you're in. And I would really appreciate this format because, again, I will receive a lot of emails that will just say, hey, this is so-and-so, and they don't tell me who they are, where they're from. It's kind of hard to keep up sometimes with the different, and I don't know how I can help you if I don't have that information. All right, so more just about professional demeanor. We're at Cal State Fullerton, so just professional demeanor is evaluated as a part of your class behavior. So, and know that, this is just like your job, a job that you would have. So making sure that you're on time in the Zoom room. Coming in late does not, I will mark you late or even absent if I don't see you. And that is just like if you're coming to work late. Make sure you attend class regularly. If you don't attend class, I mean, that could definitely be detrimental and hurt your score. Make sure you're turning on your camera during Zoom sessions. It's part of the class participation. And don't preoccupy yourself with different devices during the class. I mean, this is self-explanatory, but it's really, really important, taking the time to respect your professor and other students who are in the class. That's what it's about. So, but unauthorized use of these devices can certainly also hurt your grades. So, and I do disable the chat feature during lectures unless there's a requirement that I have you guys go ahead and say something in the chat, but that will be feature will be disabled. So as far as assignments are concerned, here are some of the types. We'll be writing short business documents, letters and memos as mentioned, different reports. We'll have tiny business case scenarios, again with the job research, introducing the jobs, executive summaries. You'll be becoming acquainted with different internet sources, preparing you for 301. So all of these, of course, add up to how you will invest in this course. What is your ROI? Make sure that you know that we will be using the business communications process and product, which is a MindTap, and that link has been sent to you already. It's located in our Canvas portal, and we're using Canvas to access. Okay. Here's our general grading scale. It's located on the syllabus. Students must earn a C or higher to receive credit. Students with a C- or lower must repeat the course. So please pay careful attention to that. The general breakdown of the different assignments, which is also located on the syllabus. Have a few seconds to look at that. So as you can see, participation in Zoom class discussion board forums, those are 10% of your grade. How you submit some assignments. So typically you will submit assignments through Canvas or the portal through Canvas. So like your MindTap assignments, it's recommended that you go through Canvas to go to those assignments. That way, you just have an easy way of getting to them. And then discussion board posts, things like that are usually done through Canvas. Unless I tell you, like, for example, if you're doing a group assignment and I have you guys send a Google Doc to me, that's different than actually trying to submit something through email. I do not accept assignments through email. I do never accept quizzes through email, so it's important that you know how to accept, about those assignments. And you must also submit .doc, .x, or PDF format. Usually assignments are due before class begins unless I tell you otherwise. A little bit about academic integrity and plagiarism. You should all have familiarity with that. I do report any academic integrity or plagiarism issues.